Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Why it takes more than a handsome face. Now, this is made possible by the generous donation of a young man. He didn't want me to call his name, but, he's of the school of thought that as long as you have a handsome face, that's all women care about. Now, just to be clear, I've written before, especially in my book, A Player's Eyes, it's definitely about looks, but understand, when I say looks, I'm talking about the overall appearance. In fact, I even said that in A Player's Eyes. I said it's not so much looks as it is the look. Now, I've always maintained that. But, where this young man was coming from was, well, if you have a handsome face, and there's a lot of people on there. I wanted to clear up some stuff about that because even in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I said the face is the least important thing. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to explain that because a couple people have talked to me about that, right? Now, it seems contradictory. I'm saying that. I'm saying the look, but then I'm saying that's the least important. I ain't saying it's not important. It's the least important. And I'm going to tell you why. If you were to talk to the majority of women, and this goes across races, right? This goes across races, and you were to say to them, how many really handsome men do you see on a daily basis, right? And you would have to differentiate because with women, there's generically handsome, which means you just clean or something. Or there's just that genetic handsome where you just got that face, like that male supermodel type of face or something. They would say very few. One thing smart women realize this. There's more physically beautiful women than there are physically handsome men in their eyes. And I've always heard this. Now, if a dude got that type of face, he's going to get some attention. Ain't no doubt about it. Notice I say just attention. That don't mean he's going to close the deal. Because what women realize, yeah, he might have a handsome face, but then what else is wrong with him? Or, those the ones they'll look at it and say, oh, wait a minute, he look real good. Is he gay? In fact, if you go on Instagram, you see any of those thirst pictures that some dudes have up to get women, you'll see it in the comments. They'll say he might be gay or he played for the other team. Like if a guy look too pretty or something, like look too good, they question his sexuality. They'll say it. They don't know anything about him. They'll say that. So they already got a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. And then it's rare for them to see any damn way, right? And see, here's the most important thing for men to understand, especially men who think, oh, I ain't getting these women because I ain't handsome or anything. Dude, you not really, there's not enough of them to go around. Now, if a woman, women are way more pragmatic, right? Women are 1,000 times more pragmatic. They know this. Now, I know you get some crazy women who say they gotta have like a guy look like a certain thing. Like there's a famous troll on here. She's pretty much blocked on all black male YouTubers' channels. But I actually I don't know if she even remember. I actually had a conversation with her, like like I'm hearing her voice type of conversation, right? And she was just like, all black men are ugly, except for like Rick Fox. Now, you get some women like that, like the dude got to be on some extreme shit. But realistically, women, the most sensible, halfway sensible women, I'm going to say halfway sensible women, no, they ain't gonna find that dude on that level. They might want him, but ain't enough of that dude to go around. You talking 1 in maybe 5,000, and that's not scientific. I'm just saying though. And this is coming from conversations about women, with women about those guys. Yeah, they'll see that guy, they'll go crazy, but it's rare for them to see. So what's evolved was women started looking at other shit. Now, I always promote the body. That's because you can control that. Because the thing about the face, you can't control that, right? A man can't control what his face look like beyond, just keeping it clean, keeping a good haircut, making sure he keep his teeth straight. Beyond that, you can't control basic bone structure without like plastic surgery. And unfortunately, there are some men who will get rhinoplasty. They'll like shape their nose or something, especially among some black men with money. Upper class might do that, right? But you really can't control that. And then there's some aspects of a man's face that women, they just gonna go gaga over anyway, which you might not have, like eye color and eye shape. Like they really do. If they like hazel eyes or whatever, man, they dudes are just genetically blessed. But for anybody who don't have it like that, it's far from the end of the world. That's where the real game comes in. How can you make yourself attractive when, you might just have an average face? And I know a lot of people get into that. Even on my Patreon, I know a lot of cats, they, like for those, check out my Patreon. I got 2 tiers, a $5 tier, which is basic stuff, and then more technique type of stuff at the $20 tier. And I was talking about this at the $20 tier, how an average looking man can get a lot of sex. And that's... a lot of people join that $20 tier just to listen to that. And I was like, oh. But here's the thing. If you really think about it, in a woman's eyes, 95% of the men out here are average. Average looking, if you're going to say just the face. If you talk to, and you can talk to your mama, grandma, cousins, that woman you just smashed and anything, and they'll say that. Most guys to them are probably in the, I'd say 5 to 7 range. Most guys are in that range to a woman, right? So basically it's this. What else can you control? That's the game right there. What else can you do to make yourself more attractive, right? Right? So it's like, all right. That's why a lot of women get into the style thing. They don't expect to see that drop dead handsome man any fucking way. And they still horny. They still want to back that thing up. They want to still back that yam up. So they look for the next best thing. What they have a greater chance of finding, right? So they have a greater chance of finding those guys who might have the nice physique, who might be stylish, have a fly haircut or something. All shit you can control. All stuff a man can control. Understand that. That's the beauty of it. Like the previous video, I talked about the gym. Like I still get attention because despite age and a little bit of extra weight, I have a very good physical frame. Very good physical frame. Like personal trainers were just like, you got a really good frame, right? So, if you have a decent body, you don't even have to be great, because I know people, you be seeing these pics online with dudes showing their abs and stuff, which is cool, but unless you at a swimming pool or a beach or something, how many corny motherfuckers walking around showing their abs? And you could have all the abs in the world. You can have all the abs in the world, cut and everything, but in real life, the most a woman could tell is your stomach's flat. And that's going to come down to what kind of clothes you wear. Because if you got that physique, but you got wrinkly clothes, your shoes all scuffed up, and your, instead of wearing a fitted shirt, you wearing a regular shirt. And from what I'm seeing, they're getting rid of that. But that's more in the regular shirts. But I think somebody like Kevin Samuels could talk more about that. But if that's all they see, that's what they're going to be affected by. Because what's happened is women have actually subtly, I don't even think they realize it, but programmed themselves to be turned on by style. See, that's a part of the game. That's an interesting part of the game I don't talk about that much. Like women can program themselves to be turned on by a guy or a certain type of guy. In fact, I'm going to hit y'all with that one next. I'm going to give y'all some of the game I usually say for like my deeper stuff. Just a tidbit, right? Just a tidbit. Let y'all know what y'all get. I'm going to give y'all some deep game. But yeah, women, they were going to look for a bit more. And the bit more they look for is stuff under your control. You can control your physique. You can control your appearance. And before somebody gets in the comments say, "Oh, you just need money," dude, don't aspire to be a trick. That's all I'm gonna say. Do not aspire to be a trick, cause ain't nothing. If it take money, if that's all you want to do is spend money on a woman, you ain't getting nothing. There's nothing special about it. That's just like the service you get in a restaurant and that waitress is smiling at you. It ain't you, dog. She's smiling at everybody. She trying to feed her babies. So anyway, right? Keep that in mind. And like I said, my next one, I'm gonna hit y'all with some deep stuff. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.